What is going on, everybody? It's Dictator Shadow here, and welcome back to another episode of the full Drehmal guide. As you can see, we have all of the western towers unlocked, we have all of the central towers unlocked, we have all of the island towers unlocked, at least the ones that work. All we need are the eastern towers, and we will be unlocking all of them today. Today we are getting 100% tower completion. That means we only have 5 towers left, and not in this order. We will be getting Grand Pike Canyon, Veruhkt Plateau, the Frozen Bight, Highfall Tundra, and then the last one we will get today will be Faehrcyle. We have a long side quest to do today to get another mythical weapon, so we will be starting today's episode over in the Black Jungle Tower. If you need to get to the Black Jungle, check the upper right hand corner of your screen now, and that'll teach you how to get over there. More accurately, we will be starting today's episode over in Faehrcyle, and also bell, ring, subscribe, ring bell. If you have access to it, I recommend that you brew yourself a night vision potion. Here in the Tidal Palace, you will need the following items to make this a lot easier. You will need blocks, water bucket, night vision potion, shield, and then speed and a good weapon. And you're gonna go into the palace headquarters for the staff. Head on down here into the elevator chasm, and we have to go down there. There is a side quest that starts under Faehrcyle, and there's a huge black cave down there that has tons of mob spawns. It's pitch black, and so I recommend drinking a night vision potion, getting a water stream, hopping on down there. You will see the entrance to this cave, and it has a reference that I will not talk about for the advancement. And yeah, as you can see, with night vision, it's pitch black in here. Without night vision, you literally cannot see anything. So you really just have to run as fast as you can through it all. It's really annoying. And this door is what the blocks are for. Because it's kind of tricky to close it from the inside. And inside this is Compass of Nihility. Feels wrong, points somewhere far to the north. And so this is what starts the quest today. We have to follow the compass northward. And in case you're wondering what it looks like without night vision, it looks like this. And since this is such a long journey today, I'm gonna upgrade my boots to diamond. And I did cheat this in. But again, this is a walkthrough, not a legit survival series. Moving onward, we are going to head out of Faehrcyle, and we are going to head up to Spearhead Forest. Subscribe. If you've been following along with the series, you know where Spearhead Forest is, but if not, just look in the upper left-hand corner of the screen right now. But first thing is head to those coordinates on screen right now. That is our first tower today, the Grand Pike Canyon. And in the eastern section of the map, especially what we're walking through right now, there is a whole lot of empty space, no towns, no paths, no towers. So there's a lot of running today, and the Grand Pike Canyon looks like, you guessed it, a canyon. This is the tower for Grand Pike Canyon, and there are enemies inside. But this is one of the biggest structures surrounding one of the towers, actually. It's pretty cool. There are some chests inside to explore, but I'm just gonna run to the top of the tower. Now before you grab the tower, I recommend that you take a look at the surrounding, because I mean, this is just such a beautiful area. I mean, look at that. That looks just fantastic. From the Grand Pike Canyon, if you head to these coordinates on screen now, the path will begin to pick back up, and you're going to follow it until the first crossroad. Okay, so I literally just remembered that this was here as I was recording it, and I have to get it because this is a really funny Easter egg. So these coordinates, it's a little bit across the river from the path. You get this thing. And the text on the ring says this. You can pause and read it real quick if you want to. It's kind of funny. Here we are at the first crossroad on the path, and we have to go to the city of Highfall. This is the last city that we are going to go to. Highfall was once exceptionally wealthy, but now trade has ceased, and the once noble people have fallen to poverty. So yeah, basically, they were rich, and they're poor, and it's depressing. The music is so depressing that I had to turn it up because it's so quiet, and it makes me sad. But it does have a really cool Easter egg in here that you might recognize. If you head on into this big red tent, you got Grimhounds, Abandoned Troop Master, and you can trade for Nail. And yeah, that is a Hollow Knight reference. So yeah, you know the drill. Loot whatever you want, do some trading, go explore for a little bit. There's nothing really important in here, so you know, just go around and do stuff. But what you should do is subscribe and ring the bell below. Enough bell ringing, enough being depressed in this very sad town. Head back to the crossroads. In this time, instead of going to Highfall, we are going to head to Faehrcyle, Veruhkt Plateau, Oclaroma, and Dusps. Have you guys noticed that? When you pronounce Dusps, you know that thing you do to a cat? The, like, PS thing, the pss, pss, pss. Like, how do you not say it like Dusps? That's how I say it. Am I wrong? Anyways, just beyond that bridge, here's the next tower. Anyways, let's fight our way up these towers. There are some archers up here. And this is the tower for the Highfall Tundra. Now, our next destination is another tower, and there are two ways you can get to it. You can either go directly west across this lake, or you can take the road, and then at the next cross section right up there, you will take the first left. But either way, meet me at the coordinates that are on screen right now, whichever way you choose to get there. And those coordinates will lead you to our next tower. This is Veruhkt Plateau, and Veruhkt Plateau has rainbow lakes, and over in the west section, if you go west, you will eventually go to Dusps. So once you have gotten that tower, head back to the crossroads that is just above the Highfall Tundra tower. This crossroads will lead you to the entrance to Faehrcyle. Faehrcyle is the northern east section of the map. It is very snowy, like to the most ridiculous of extents. There will just be snow everywhere pretty soon. So follow the path for a little bit, and coming down the path, you will find this little structure here. Once you've gone that little guardhouse, the path starts to fade out as you keep going north. So head to those coordinates on screen now, and that will be our next tower. It is just north and a little bit to the east. Over those coordinates is the next tower. And guys, I want you to make me a promise real quick. If I can do this parkour in one try, you have to subscribe to my channel, okay? Let's try it. I'm like actually really stressed out right now. Okay, yeah, I made it. One try. Alright, fast as I could. You guys have to subscribe now, you promised, okay? That actually got me excited. That was pretty hard. And this is the tower for the Frozen Bite. For reference really fast, that is for Tide, that is Spearhead Forest. We went up, got the canyon, we got those two towers, and then now we are at the Frozen Bite. So that is how north we went today. Now to continue on from the Frozen Bite tower, you are just going to follow your compass. You will find an abandoned house, and once you get there, I will meet you there. So yeah, just follow your compass. In case you don't have a compass, go to the coordinates 5810, 72, negative 3400, and this will lead you to the house. And this is the Frozen Mansion, and you see it, you know what I'm gonna do. Please ring the bell and subscribe, you know, like, comment, all that good stuff. And heading on inside, there's a little bit of a skeleton infestation. You will want to start making your way upstairs. And, you know, go upstairs again. Inside all the chests in this house, there are lore books. If you are interested, it talks about Avsom and of, like, you know, mystery stuff. I can't really explain it without getting too spoilery. But basically, if you're interested in the lore, I recommend reading it. But there is a secret attic that we have to get up to. And inside this attic, there is nihilist notes. The gaping hole, its origin unsaid, close to the northern pole, lies Mount Yavhlix, place of dread. South of its summit, a lantern of sea, one must plummet, and you will see. Take this with you. You will need it with you. It is very important. Make sure you do not lose it. Leaving the mansion, I have a question to ask you. When we looted the city of Dusps, there was a grave, and in the grave there was a compass, and it was the secret grave that's not actually inside the graveyard itself. And if you have that compass with you, I recommend you take it, because it will point directly to Mount Yavhlix. Whether or not you have the compass, go to those coordinates on screen now, because we are going to head to the Faehrcyle Tower, which is actually our last tower of the entire map. Do you remember when I said that it was going to get extremely snowy? Well, this is what I meant. And I just entered the tower for Faehrcyle, full network link established, Mythbreaker protocols ready for execution. However, I have one quick thing to do before that. From the Faehrcyle Tower, if you head directly southwest, you will see a stone structure appear in the distance. Should be, yep, just over there. So head on over there. You can't miss it. As you're approaching, you will get the Grave of Frost, a master arcanist of unlimited potentia. He froze the north in rebellion to Avsom. So Homily Togzen was the guy who made everything all snowy and basically screwed up the environment. And inside this heavily guarded area is our last legendary weapon of the map. Once you've killed enough of the archer guards, it is safe to head on down there, and the FrostFang. In the same way that Osteogenesis is just for undead mobs, this one is just for spiders with its massive Bane of Arthropods 7. Anyways, after getting FrostFang, we still have to get Oblivion. That's the whole point of this episode. So, go to the coordinates on screen now, but real quick I'm going to show you. It is just northeast of the Faehrcyle Tower. There's this little hill, and then a big rocky archway. And then down here, this is where the coordinates lead. You will follow a path for a little bit, and you'll know when to stop. That is the entrance to Mount Yavhlix, and we will go there next episode, because this is running long and we still have to get Oblivion. But anyways, remember that compass from Dusps? It leads to that. Inside there is a lodestone, and that is where you need it. But remember from the notes, it says, south of its summit, a lantern of sea. So we have to find a sea lantern. So from the icy river, there's the door, and then there's this little snow path that leads up to the side. Heading up the snow, here is the sea lantern. Feed the notes of a nihilist to the blackest of voids, throw yourself into the emptiest abyss. I said keep these, and this is why.
Nice throw!
Wow, I missed. Nice. I forgot that had a cool animation. Drop down in there. And this is the chamber of how to get Oblivion. And there is a maze in here. And I recommend that you go around a bit in the maze, because there are some loot, but there are some enemies in here that are kind of these guys. Just be careful of them. Hey, they kind of look like me. So here is the solution to the maze that I remembered. When you go out the doorway, head down the path, take your second right. Go straight, follow it, and then just go straight, and then go straight again, and then it's your first left. And then it squiggles, and then it's in here. Oblivion. Oblivion's ability is called Force of Nothing. You press the drop key to pick up enemies, and then press shift to launch them. So grabbing them itself does damage, so if I were to go up to the skeleton and do this, it grabs them, and then I shift, and I launch them way up in the air, and then they take fall damage. Debatably, Oblivion might be the best weapon in the entire game in terms of damage, because it does 12 damage with 1.3 speed, which is super strong. You know, Malevolentia and Ascendance, they do really higher damage, but a lot slower. Another fun thing you can do is if nothing is within grab range, you can spam it. Mountain of Holes. This mountain emanates a strange resonating energy. You feel empty, journeyed to Mount Yavhlix. But anyways, guys, that is all the time I have for today. Our main quest was to find Oblivion, and here we are. So next episode, we will begin Mythbreaker, and we will enter Mount Yavhlix. I release a new episode every 3 days, so if it's been 3 days since this episode came out, click the video on screen right now, and I'll see you over there. And as always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.